You ever feel like you found your purpose? Like you found out about some specific thing, something in your brain just clicks and everything starts to become clear and make more sense? Everything about it just seems right, and the more you work towards it, the more accomplished you feel. Then one day, after all that hard work put in for oh so long, you fulfill your purpose. Like actually legitimately complete what you set out to do, and now there's nothing left. And because of that, you can't help but start to crave more. A lot more. Like an insane amount more. Like it's really fucking getting to you. Anyway, if you felt that was a situation you could relate to, then congratulations. You and Infinite Ultron have something in common. Who's this mysterious Infinite Ultron, you ask? Well, the 8th episode of What If tells us all about him. Let's get into it. The episode begins with Natasha hightailing her way back to a base before the Ultron sentries hunting her down can signal the hive mind to her and Hawkeye's location in Russia. The Watcher then goes on to explain that in this universe, Ultron got his cake and ate it too, as he completed building his perfect body that we would come to know as Vision and uploaded his own consciousness in there. Now in control of the Mind Stone, Ultron wasted no time in his goal of annihilating all living things and nukes the whole fucking planet. In a separate conquest of gaining all the Infinity Stones, Thanos arrives at Earth to finalize the assemblance of his Infinity Gauntlet. Ultron sees the other stones and is basically like, let me get those, bruh, and fucking instantly lasers Thanos in half, takes the stones for himself, and creates an Infinity Gauntlet suit, which gives him the awareness and knowledge of other planets with living beings throughout the universe. He wipes out Asgard, the Sovereign, Sakaar, Ego, Xandar, and presumably the rest of the universe. But his journey of destruction doesn't stop there. As the Watcher narrates the depressing reality of Ultron now being alone in the universe, Ultron slowly starts to become aware of the Watcher's existence, as well as the existence of other universes. I love how the Watcher is narrating this part like everything's normal until Ultron acknowledges him, and then he's like, oh shit, what the fuck happened there? As he barely manages to avoid further confrontation. Cut over to a warehouse full of records where Natasha and Hawkeye search for and find the files on Arnim Zola, since he's the only program Ultron would be unable to hack, as he's an analog program as opposed to a digital program, which in turn means Zola should actually be able to hack Ultron, which he does. Well, at least one of the sentries. After our heroic duo make it to Siberia and boot him up, they transfer his program into an arrow and then shoot that arrow into a sentry. Now the plan is for Zola to then hack the hive mind and shut all this shit down. But he's unsuccessful as he claims the hive signal is out of range. As they make their escape from all the non-hacked sentries, Clint ends up sacrificing himself so that Natasha can safely get away with Zola. We then find out that the reason Zola was unable to track the hive mind is because it appears that Ultron is somewhere outside of the observable universe. Well, it just so happens that as all of this has been taking place, Ultron manages to find the Watcher's little in-between universes hideout and starts literally whooping him from one universe to the next. Our beloved narrator puts up a bit of a fight, but ultimately ends up fleeing the battle. But where could he go to now, you may ask? Can't Ultron find him anywhere? Eventually, yes, but the Watcher does make a solid choice for getaway locations as we see him visit the lonely prism inhabited by Strange Supreme, the heartbroken version of Doctor Strange we saw in episode 4. The Watcher asks for his help, and then the episode ends. There's the breakdown of What If Ultron Won? I really felt this was a damn good episode. It was an odd but efficient blend of not much happening with a shit ton happening at the same time. To me, the storyline following Natasha and Hawkeye was merely a way of keeping things grounded amidst the insanity going on between Ultron and the Watcher, but it was a decently paced and well-executed bit of story that gave us an origin and understanding of our most dangerous villain of the series. How and why are Natasha and Hawkeye the only two surviving people on the planet? Fuck if I know, but at least the previously established bond between the two that we're already familiar with helped keep them watchable here. Though it does make me wonder, what led to choosing those two specifically? I mean, how fucking intense would it have been to see a combo like Steve Rogers and T'Challa, or Bruce Banner and Bucky being the last survivors in the same predicament? Shit, I even think it would have been dope for them to have Wanda and Pietro be the final duo to outrun and plot against the artificial intelligence that aided them originally. Regardless, I really appreciate how, even in this short runtime, they successfully presented this as an actual Age of Ultron. In the second live-action Avengers film, they never fully clarify any specific time frame if I remember correctly, but it's pretty safe to say that it was in a region of days, and I don't know if something that lasts a few days is worth calling an age. Now, there's no true time frame given here either, and yet something about the way they displayed his path of destruction seemed to clearly indicate that this was an expedition he'd been on for some time, and that made it all the more horrifying terrifying when he realized there are universes other than his own. He's hungry for it now. You got an artificial intelligence that believes its singular purpose is to wipe out life of any kind and also believes he had just fulfilled his main task. But notice how he almost doesn't even seem satisfied? He's got this look of like, yeah, I fucking did it, but I want more. And now he's discovered more. So much more that even he probably has a difficult time comprehending it. How much you want to bet that just took his excitement to a whole new level? It's so evident in his hunt for the Watcher and his reaction to the revelation of the multiverse. It almost comes off as pure entertainment for him. Also, I gotta throw in here quick, Ross Marquand does an outstanding job of voicing Ultron in this episode. I do wish they got James Spader back for this though. But seriously, Ross, you're a fucking legend, man. Can you believe this is the same guy that voiced Red Skull? I am so absolutely pumped for whatever is about to come in the finale, and I hope it pulls everything together well. Honestly, my only concern about it at this point is the worry of it feeling rushed, as bringing so many characters together from other episodes into the fold feels like a story in its own, let alone them forming a bond and taking on Infinite Ultron. But of course, everyone, I want to know what your thoughts are on this episode. Did you think it was as epic as I did? Did you think there wasn't enough going on? What did you think of the Watcher's armor he magically threw on for his fight with Ultron? Tell me those opinions and theories down in the comments. Like the video if you enjoy this content, subscribe and hit that notifications bell so you can keep up with the breakdowns of more episodes, and I'll catch you at the next review.